Hi everyone, this is Cindy Crane at the Heart, and I am back to share a little bit of my thought process when I try and kind of use my stash, meaning use what I have, combine other companies' products together to kind of make a cohesive project. And so with this one, I am using some things from Not Too Shabby Shop. I got my recent subscription box, so I am using the 6x8 stamp set, which came in the box. I believe some of these items are available like a la carte. This is the Farmhouse Christmas. I'm using the ephemera that matches this, Christmas on the Farm, the paper that matches this, the current stamp and die of the month. You don't have to buy the die, but I think in this one the die is pretty handy because it cuts out the little pieces in between the fence. I really like this stamp set because this is not necessarily Christmas. This can be great for just winter, thank you, birthday, whatever. So I really like it a lot. And then what I kind of chose to play with in terms of additional products from other companies, I'm going to do a Lawn Fawn. I'm doing another Nutty or Nice, which is a September, but Lawn Fawn has a whole bunch of stamp sets that you probably have that have similar critters or whatever. Floats your boat. And then I'm actually using Pumpkin Spice Anya, I believe, for this project. If not this one, then another one. Because, yeah, she's fall, but she could be colored up and could be used for other seasons as well. Just, you know, there's pumpkins, sure, but, I mean, why not? So that's what I'm using. So here is a card that I've already kind of made. This is just a regular A2 size card, and I'm using the paper as well as ephemera pieces combined with the stamp set. And then I did some snow drifts, and then I used some stickles very liberally on my snowman, on the snow on here, on my snow drifts, and I think it's very cute. It makes a very sort of cohesive kind of card. And so we're going to go ahead and get started making a card. I'm going to start off with an A2 size card. And I have gone ahead and just put my paper down on this one. This is a mini slim card, so it measures 6 by 3.5. And I'm actually going to need my scissors for this. And so I've got my two sort of snow drifts, and I kind of have to kind of figure out how I would like them to be. I think I kind of want it like this, I guess, maybe. So kind of like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put some little adhesive down, and I'm going to put this right here. And now put this one down. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm then going to trim the edges. And so I'm just going to go ahead and trim the edges. And see if I need any extra little adhesive here. I don't want it on my, gotta watch out for that. I don't want it on my little thing there. So let's do that. And then I am going to show you how I have this like. All right. So I've got a couple of things here. I've got a stamped image as well as some ephemera. And what I did with the ephemera on here is I did just do a little bit of stickles as though it had been snowing on top. I don't know if you can see that. So that's one of the things that I kind of did on there. And then I kind of have to, I think it's going to go kind of like this. So I think that's really cute kind of look, and very, very simple because this stamp set, the snowman, is just a really simple color. And I could put it on foam, but I think I'm just going to make this one flat. And let's see here. All right, and so there you can see combining my stamp set with my ephemera, and so I like how that came out. Now this is a sort of larger sized slimline. Usually slimlines, they can run anywhere between 3.5 to 8.5, 3.5 by 8.5 to 4.25 by 8.5, and so this one is a 4.25, I believe, by 8.5. So I did a larger one because I've got like this larger image. And so what I'm going to do also is I have 6x6 paper, and this is an 8.5. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and kind of just go ahead and do it like this, and then because and it's not going to match up. I'm okay with that because I'm going to kind of place my images so that it kind of hides that seam a little bit. I mean, there's different ways that you can do it, and I do it a lot of different ways because I do find ways to use my 6x6 paper in larger projects, and so you just have to be a little bit creative, and it's just a good way of getting a little bit more use out of your paper, is not being afraid to use that 6x6 in larger projects. So there's that. And I do have a little bit of an edge to trim. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that because all right, so there's that. So you can see it's pretty large card. And then I'm using this, this is, I guess, meant for, I'm using it for snow, but it was meant for like clouds, but you can also use it for snow because why not? So this actually is from a Trinity die set, rainbow die set that I had gotten. Actually, I think I bought this from the Not Too Shabby shop, but so I don't know if she still has it, but she also, I don't know if Jamie still has it, but Trinity Stamps has it. Okay, so I'm just using this as a snowdrift, and okay, so there's that. And then I've got a variety of different images that I just need to play with and kind of decide how they're going to be. So I know that one of my little guys is going to be driving it. Maybe he's going to be like that. And we're going to do, so just kind of piece my little guys together of how I want everything. And so there's all kinds of ways that you can, you know, do it. But this is kind of how I'm gonna do it. That and like that, I think is what I'm gonna do. I think it's like that. Something to that effect. And then I am going to put some on foam and some not on foam. And I'm using my favorite foam. Now this is a very low foam. So if I was to try to use this one, I do, for shaker cards, I have to double it up because it is not, it's a very thin profile. So it just gives you, you know, something, but without it being like too much something. So I'm going to go ahead, and some will be flat, some will be propped up. So it just sort of depends on the feel. This one I'm going to prop up. And then I'll just work my way to giving some of this stuff some dimension. And so I do have quite a few projects where I combine different companies, and you know, I like doing that. So let's see here. I think this one is going to be flat because I'm going to have my snowman and my little guy right here. I'm going to have those guys be here. So I'll do that. And so these are the little lawn fawn guys, and I think that they are stinking adorable. And so this is just a cute little kind of a scene. And so for here, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put this guy on some foam. And then I will sneak my little squirrel inside. Okay, so let's do this. And then the little squirrel, I'm just going to kind of put him in there. And this little guy, I'm going to have kind of like this. So I'm going to put that at the end. And put a little bit of ATG right there. Let's see here. All right, there he is. He's trying to get away from the car there so he doesn't get hit by a car. And then I've got my Merry Christmas. So you can see that you can't really tell that I pieced together that 6x6 paper. So you can absolutely use 6x6 paper for projects that are bigger than 6x6. So, all right, and there's this giant, very giant card. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use this one for, because I might be like a gift in itself. So I might do a pocket in here, maybe put some money or something like that. So there's that. And then here is our last one. So, oh yeah, this is the one that I'm using, the little pumpkin girl. So I've got my A2 size card. And we're going to go ahead and put this paper down. You know, I bought my parents some really nice LL Bean, they're like Sherpa lined flannel. And they're, you know, pricey, but it's Christmas. You know, it doesn't get really cold here in California, but the mornings are pretty cold and the evenings are pretty cold. So my dad always goes for a walk in the morning. So I thought that'd be like a good gift. And I love playing with snow in my projects, maybe because there's like no snow where I live, but I do like playing with snow. So I think it's kind of an interesting thing to play with snow when there's no snow in my life. Okay, so here she is. I pieced together, did some paper piecing of her shirt or dress, whatever it is. And so that's in that buffalo plaid. So this is kind of what I'm going for. So I'm going to go ahead and put my, also this kind of shows you how you can alter ephemera a little bit. So I'll show you that in a second. How I did alter this piece right here. I don't know if I have another piece to show you, but this was actually a sled. And then it had warm winter wishes in the middle of the sled, and I just chopped off the sled pieces, kept the warm winter wishes, and then I mounted on a piece of paper, and then I put stickles all the way around it, and it just became a sentiment piece. Mainly because it just didn't work for my project. So, you know, you can alter ephemera also to make it fit, and I do that occasionally. So, and this little ephemera piece, and I did do a bunch of stickles on my ephemera. So on the fence, on the top of my bird, on the top of my barn, on the sentiment, on the top of her hat and her shoes. And so you can see that we can be more creative. We can jazz up our ephemera, we can cut it down. So this is colored with Copics. Okay, so here's this card, and you can see I combined the stamp with ephemera with a different company. I cut down my ephemera piece to make that fit. And so it's a warm winter wishes, so it doesn't have to be Christmas. This could be something else. And then here is my triple slim. Super simple, using ephemera and stamps pieces. And I really like how that came out. And then here is my giant slim line. This is on the bigger side. And I went ahead and I paper pieced, not really paper pieced, I pieced together 2 6x6 papers to make a sheet long enough for this card. And then here is the card that I already made. And so you can see that you can create unique looks by combining all the different things that you have. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy, the Creating with the Heart.